Stephen, you've talked about how productive and how uh, good your offseason was. We've seen you come out to this start now, 5 games in, and the ball seems to be going in pretty much on whatever power you want it to go in on. Tonight, when did you know it was there?
Probably the third three in the first quarter. It's kind of one of those heat checks in transition, and everything felt in rhythm. And then you start to get good looks, so you don't really have to force anything to find them, and you just can repeat that same motion as going in. And crowd gets into it. My teammates are encouraging me. The last three in the first quarter is probably the funniest thing I've experienced on the court, where two guys on my team are yelling at me from the time I was at the other free throw line, like, don't pass it, you better shoot it, like all that type of stuff. And that's going through I'm hearing that while I'm dribbling down. And it's kind of all the motivation you need just to launch it, and thankfully went in.
Steph, you've obviously had these nights before. What's it like putting up shots knowing that they're going to go in?
I mean, it's weird because I couldn't miss from three, but I missed two of the easiest layups that I've ever had, I think, in the NBA before. So you just, like, partly frustrated, like what could have been like 4 or 6 more points. But at the end of the day, it's just one of those nights you just have so much fun playing the game and, taking some dare shots and obviously trying to sustain it for as long as I'm out there on the floor. What KD did tonight in terms of his efficiency was crazy. On the back end, too, Clay's finding a shot. Like, that's kind of the beauty of our team. We have fun doing what we do. Everybody loves when everybody else is successful. And, we just love playing basketball.
Steph, you had a shot after you made your 10th three-pointer. It's very similar to what Michael Jordan did in 1992 at the finals, game 1. Are you doing like a little tribute to what he did, or is just your own celebration?
No, I didn't think about it at the time, but obviously he's patenting that move. So anytime somebody throws up the, whatever, his name's gonna pop up as it should. So mine was just, there had no explanation for what was going on besides just ultimate confidence and rhythm and just having fun. So I was looking at Quinn Cook because he was looking at me like, yo, what's going on? And that was my answer. So.
And really quick follow-up question. With this being the last year at Oracle Arena, how special it is to score more than 50 points, being the second time at home scoring that, like, 50 points?
It's special. I mean, that's at the end of the third quarter when you hear the crowd going crazy. I love playing in front of our fans. And, this year is going to be amazing every time we get to suit up here. So, it's just one game, but I had an amazing night. Obviously honoring the 74-75 championship team as well. Them being here was pretty crazy, wearing a throwback jersey. So a special night all the way around, and hopefully there's more to come.
Steph, it's been chronicled, the connection between you and the fans at Oracle. To just kind of follow up on that, is there a point where you hit a couple, and it sounds different here when you kind of get rolling? Is there a point where you can start to feel that, and if you're already on, you're going to take maybe another one or a couple more at that point because of the buzz in the air?
Oh, for sure. There was one in the third quarter where I literally got airballed, but I came across half court like 2 dribbles and just launched it because I had it going, but because, there's a different type of energy. So when you have these type of games on the road, which I've had before, it's like I don't know how to describe it, but it's a different type of buzz where they're appreciating what's going on, but they hate it at the same time because it's happening against them. But in front of our fans, they just want to see more, and they love the show. So those type of nights are definitely special.
Steph, along those lines of a couple that didn't go in, Steve said that even when you launch from 40 feet, he will never be mad because he considers it a good shot.
He's lying. I had to make 10 of them before he would be all right with that. But it is kind of crazy where I can, I would think I was 10 for 14 at the time or whatever from 3, and you shoot one like that, an air ball, and then I made one more. But it is nice to turn around and not hear your coach on the sideline like chewing you out. So I'd like to say I deserve that little wiggle room there for sure.
Steph, you started the season on fire. What are you looking forward to this weekend in New York?
I mean, the season goes. I mean, every game is an opportunity to do something special. Obviously, we playing in Madison Square for one time a year. You look forward to that opportunity. I've had a great game there before, a couple, but I hadn't really thought about it till after tonight. So it's 82 games, no matter how you slice it, and the way that we've gotten off to a great start as a team and myself individually, we want to try to sustain that and continue to work on the things that are going to help us win a championship, because nights like these are fun, and you need them from time to time to keep the buzz going. But it's about winning, obviously, and we want to hold ourselves to a very high standard as we go through the season.
Steph, I know you talked a little bit about this, but how important would it be to you to be in the MVP conversation and maybe to win a third one? And do you think this tonight is you putting your little note up here, hey, get me in that conversation?
I mean, if you think about guys that have won 3, it would definitely be special. It's something that never thought I had the opportunity to go after, but it's more so just on a nightly basis, staying within myself and doing what I need to do. And again, those conversations will happen just like they did the first 2 times, and I want to give people a reason to notice what's going on for sure, and especially how we go about it as a team, in terms of everybody, every single night, enjoying each other's success, and that's what makes us special. And we want to sustain that over 82 for sure.
Steph, you've talked about how this offseason was kind of more balanced for you. Did you anticipate the sort of start that you've had, and is the difference more physical or mental for you, would you say?
I definitely expected. I expect it every year in terms of I don't wake up when I do in the summers and put all those hours in just to show up during the season with no confidence and no kind of rhythm. This year, for a lot of different reasons, this summer for a lot of different reasons, it was a great kind of consistent approach to what I was trying to get out of my training and things like that. Had I started off cold, I would have had the same confidence because of the work that I put in, and things would have hopefully turned around. But the way that I've started, I just want to keep going and not change what I'm doing. It actually encourages you to keep working hard and keep putting the shots up you do, keep having a well-balanced approach to everything that's going on in your life and playing your best basketball. So feeling pretty good.
Thinking back to a couple of years ago when you guys were in D.C. and you and John had that shootout, you had 51, he had 42. You've had some great games against CP, some great games against Kyrie. When you see a challenge coming, does that strike something inside you?
I mean, honestly, that's every night in the league, especially the point guard position. You got a lot of talent, and if you're not on your game, if you're not locked in, focused on both ends, you can get bested really, really easily. So I try to set the pace when it comes to that conversation and knowing what I bring to the table. Obviously, all those guys you mentioned are extreme talents that deserve to be, highlighted for what they do. And I would like to say we bring the best out of each other when we have those type of battles, even though it's not like one-on-one, back and forth, ISO situations. But in terms of just the atmosphere and understanding how great, your opponent is, it definitely keeps you motivated.